Good evening. It's Saturday, October 1st, and welcome to Everyday Talk 24/7. Really great to have you as we begin October, the last quarter of 2022. It's amazing. Year moves on. Tonight I want to take a look at Psalm 63 and the richness it's here for us and the promise that it makes. Because the promise it makes is a bold statement that the love of God, the unfailing love of God, is better than life itself. Our ability to grasp the beauty, the wonder, but also the stark reality of that statement is what really is going to define us as Christians, as people who want to have relationships. This one anchor that we see in this psalm, this one bold, amazing statement, your unfailing love is better than life itself. Perhaps you noticed the thumbnail tonight. It's a picture of a wilderness area. It's actually the Judean wilderness, very similar in ways when David spent time in that wilderness when he was on the run for people who wanted to take his life. And as he emerged from that, as he came out from that wilderness area, there was some clarity. And Psalm 63 expresses that clarity. We're going to look at the whole psalm over the next week, but just to the first three verses tonight. David says, "O God, you are my God. I earnestly search for you." And again, the word means a full-on search for God. Because in that wilderness, everything became clear. No distractions, nothing other than the pure promise of the unfailing love of God. My soul thirsts for you. My whole body longs for you. In this parched and weary land where there is no water, I have seen you in your sanctuary and gazed upon your power and glory. Your unfailing love is better than life itself. How I praise you. See, his time in the wilderness became a time of clarity for him. And we don't necessarily have to be in a physical wilderness like what we see on the picture of the thumbnail. Sometimes we are in a relational wilderness where we feel very, very alone. And we can relate to what David's saying here. His soul is thirsting. His body is longing because he's in a parched and weary land where there is no water. If you're in that kind of a relational wilderness, that kind of wilderness sometimes it comes to say maybe for those folks who've just experienced Ian and their whole life is literally upside down. Regardless of the circumstance, this is true. David remembers he has gazed upon the beauty and the power and glory of God. And then he makes this statement, your unfailing love is better than life itself. And he praises God for that. The distinguishing factor there, the unfailing love, the Hesed love of God, is unlike the love that you and I know because it doesn't fail. It's always there. Perhaps you have wandered into your area of wilderness, longing for that love, longing for that reality. And perhaps you've tried to get it from other people or from a circumstance or a relationship. And it just goes away. And what David, while he's on the run, in that wilderness, realizes that people, situations, better relationships, better circumstances, they're not unfailing love. They won't quench the deep longing in his soul. These words are powerful. My soul thirsts for you. My whole body longs for you. As humans, this is where we are. And we keep trying to quench that thirst. We keep on trying to ease the pangs of our body with something other than the rich, unfailing love of God. But this unfailing love of God is better than life itself. Better than whatever path you and I can choose. Better than whatever plan we have. Better than whatever circumstance we've got in our minds. If life could just be this way or that way. See, the promise of relationships without God being at the center. The promise of substance and substance abuse. The promise of, if I can just make things a little better, I'll be all right. None of those things will quench the parched thirst that we have. We'll lose sight of what is real healing, what will actually bring hope and heart to my heart, where my thirst will be quenched, where my soul will find refreshment. Because everything around us is that parched land, that desert, that wilderness. If love of God is not at the center of it, then however life presents its illusions to us, whatever a relationship may look like, whatever a substance may seem to offer, whatever a change in circumstance may seem to offer, they'll never satisfy. And in reality, only make your thirst more intense, and your search more intense, and your sense of lostness even greater. But in God, they're all met. And that's our hope. The unfailing love of God. It's better than life itself. Let's embrace that. I call you to that this night. And Lord willing, we'll see you on Monday morning. Bye-bye.